Young Thug, SCUTI, album review. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews, Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got another album review for you today. Young Thug has finally returned to music. He came out of prison. This is his out-of-prison comeback. And, you know, honestly, I didn't know what I was thinking with Young Thug ever since his prison calls got leaked. This man's been, I don't know, he's been going through it, in my opinion. And then he dropped a song called Miss My Dogs, and that was a terrible apology song. I mean, one of the most offbeat apology songs that I ever heard in my life. I mean, honestly, I'd put a gun in my head before I apologize like that. Anyways, we got this new album, SCUTI. You know, I'm just going to be real, guys. I had no idea what to expect with this album. We do got a lot of features on here. You know, you got King Carson, you got Cardi, you got Mariah the Scientist somehow. You even got a T.I. feature. 21 Savage, Travis Scott's on here. You know, we got some features on here, that's for sure. But I don't think any amount of features can save this goddamn album. This is one of the worst albums I've ever heard in my goddamn life. And honestly, I can't believe this shit even exists. You know, I'm listening to Young Thug, and this man is rhyming doo-doo. I'm not even kidding. I mean, he just says it. Talking about being tardy, talking about being retarded. I mean, this whole album is fucking retarded, because what the hell am I even listening to? I mean, I can't even take anything this man's saying seriously. You know, sometimes I'm like, okay, this is a deep emotional rap song, and then he has some fucking crazy-ass ad-libs that just make no sense. It is just mind-blowing how terrible this album is. Production-wise, too, I mean, this is one of the worst production of Young Thug I've heard. This guy is known for hopping on different styles of production. You know, Young Thug is known for switching up his vocals all the time, you know, switching up his flows all the time, etc. And then when I hear this album, the same flow throughout the whole entire album. This is like a 20-track album, by the way. 20 fucking songs. And there's barely any switch-ups. The beat. Oh my god, the beats on this album are just terrible. I mean, there's guitar beats, there's piano trap beats, there's these trap beats that try to sound hard, but they just sound so unproduced. I mean, you can't make this shit up. It is terrible to listen to. And then you got Young Thug on here rapping like he's from preschool. Like this man just got out of preschool. That's what it sounds like. Like, some of these bars are terrible to listen to. I mean, it is just kind of mind-blowing. You know, I remember, you know, covering Young Thug, you know, a long time ago. You know, when he was even in prison, you know, he dropped the whole album. I remember we covered that, like, Back to Business. And I remember covering that album, and that album was pretty decent, you know, pretty good. And then I go from Young Thug gets out of prison and probably drops one of the worst albums in my life. And it just gets bad, guys. And then feature-wise, honestly, I'll be real. You know, honestly, 21 Savage. 21 Savage had a good feature. I like 21 Savage's feature, but the rest of the features, in my opinion, suck. You know, Lil Baby. Lil Baby sounded really good on this track. You know, I guess Lil Baby called him back. You know, I guess when he was crying on that Miss My Dogs track, I guess Lil Baby finally called him back. Good for Young Thug, you know, getting the Lil Baby feature, because Lil Baby don't even want to drop any music anymore. And I'll just be real, too. Lil Baby completely washed Young Thug's verse. I mean, Young Thug did not sound good at all on this song. I mean, holy shit. Now, let's move on now, guys, and let's go over every single track off this album. You know, we got 20 songs to cover. We're going to rank them 1 out of 5. Let's get into it. SCUTI. All right, this is 21 songs. This album is an hour and 14 minutes. This is a movie. This is a goddamn movie. And this is a shitty-ass movie. All right? Starting off with track 1, Ninja. And you know why it's called Ninja? Because, well, Young Thug just randomly starts calling his ops the N-word with the ER. You know, I can't say that word. I'll probably get banned on Spotify or whatever. But, you know, hey, he just starts spamming that, which is pretty funny. But other than that funny part of the song, the rest of the song, terrible flow, terrible beat. There's this 40-second intro that takes forever to get into the song. This song's like a 2 out of 5. The next track, Yuck, featuring King Carson. You know, King Carson was pretty good on here. I mean, not in the beginning. I'll be real. King Carson was offbeat in the beginning. And then this hook is just saying yuck over and over and over again. It's one of those basic-ass rap hooks that I've covered on this show hundreds of times. 2 out of 5. On the News, featuring Cardi B, this is an emotional song where Youngthug is going, hey, you've never been on the news, so shut up. Cardi B, I think she's saying the same thing. Cardi B's verse sounded terrible on this song. And I think it sounds terrible because Young Thug also sounds horrible on this song. He does these weird vocal switch-ups that just make the auto-tune just sound terrible. I mean, it is just mind-blowing how bad this song sounds. On the News is going to get like a 1 out of 5. Catch Me If I'm Falling. I would rather fall to hell than listen to this song again. I'll just be real with you. I mean, Young Thug is singing terribly on this song. And then these flow switches that come in just sound goddamn awful. I mean, that's crazy. This song is like a 2 out of 5. Now, track number 5, Fucking Told You. You know, you're thinking this is going to be a hard trap song. You know, you're thinking Young Thug's back. He's about to rap his ass off. This is a pretty good beat. You know, I like the drums. I like the 808s. I like everything about this beat. And then Young Thug comes on here and just starts, like, barely even rapping. I mean, he does the same flow. The one flow that he does throughout this whole entire album, he does that one flow, and that's it. 2 out of 5. A Whoop-de-Doo. He tried to do a beat switch on Whoop-de-Doo, and it just made the song sound even worse. Why even do a beat switch if you're not even going to switch up your flow? Why even try to do anything else? I'm at a loss for words. And then blaming Jesus. You know, I don't think he should be blaming Jesus. He should be blaming himself for dropping this album. Because blaming Jesus is honestly a pretty decent track. I mean, the beat's not that bad. The vocals actually sound pretty good. Flows are not good. I mean, flows are pretty decent. I would say if you want to listen to a recent sad Young Thug song, Blaming Jesus is what you want to pick. Do not pick the next track, which is Sad Spider. Sad Spider is terrible. Sad Spider, I want to slit my wrist when I listen to this song because it sounds that fucking terrible. Flows sound bad, the beat sounds bad, Young Thug's vocals are just laughable, the ad-libs make my head fucking spin. I want to bash my head into a goddamn table when I listen to this shit. I mean, it's fucking horrible. Like, how do you drop a song like this? Insane. 1 out of 5. Rest in Peace, Big and Mac, featuring T.I. T.I. had a pretty good verse. I like T.I.'s verse. He sounded alright. Flow was pretty good. But Young Thug just does the same flow for the hook, and he also does the same flow for the verse, and it's just boring to listen to, in my opinion. Invest Into You, featuring Mariah the Scientist. You know, he wants to invest into his hoes. I don't think he wants to invest in Mariah the Scientist, you know. I think Mariah the Scientist's verse was pretty good. I mean, her singing was fine. Background vocals were pretty good. Just Young Thug is just kind of dragging out this song. I'm So Dope. Young Thug. I'm sorry, this is not dope. This shit, it sounds ass. I'm just going to be real with you. Like, 1 out of 5. Now, this is where the album kind of gets good. I'm lying. That's only one good song. Pardon My Back, featuring Lil Baby. I like that Lil Baby is in the beginning. I like how Lil Baby has to carry Young Thug. And Young Thug starts rapping at the end of the song. And his rapping is okay. But Lil Baby's verse was really good on here. Flow switches were on point. He's flowing on here. He's sounding really good. You know, this beat's explosive. 808s are fucking going crazy. 4 out of 5. And then we get Mommy, featuring Sexy Red. I don't know what I was going to expect from a track called Mommy. I remember when Drake came out with the song with this same shit. And honestly, I'd rather have Drake singing Mommy than Young Thug singing Mommy over and over and over again. The verse is terrible too. And then you're thinking, you know, maybe Sexy Red. Maybe Sexy Red's going to come in here and deliver a decent verse. Sexy Red comes in here with a monotone voice, and the flow is not even on the beat. It just sounds terrible in my opinion. I mean, Jesus. Mommy is going to get like a 2 out of 5. What Up Jesus featuring YFN Lucy. YFN Lucy was not even that good on this track either. And What Up Jesus is just okay. Now this is where the album kind of gets okay. Walk Down featuring 21 Savage. I will say, you know, the Walk Down hook was okay. It's decent at best. And I do like the beat switch with 21 Savage. And 21 Savage comes on here with a pretty good verse. I like the flow. He sounds really good in my opinion. So, you know, if it wasn't for 21 Savage, honestly, I wouldn't even like this song. Like a 3 out of 5. Pipe Down featuring Travis Scott. I'll be real, you know, Travis Scott was decent on here. I just don't really like the beginning of the verse. And then Pipe Down is just okay at best, in my opinion. Revenge featuring Lil Gotti and 3,000... What the fuck is even this name? I don't even know. Alright, 1,300 Saints. I mean, Lil Gotti sounded good on here, but that's kind of it. Now, Money on Future, I guess I can rate these. Track 16 is going to get a 3 out of 5. 2 out of 5 for Revenge. 18, Money on Money featuring Future. This is a pretty good track. I like how Young Thug sounds on here. Future had a pretty good verse. 4 out of 5. Dreams Really Do Come True featuring Mariah the Scientist. This song is 6 minutes long. 1 out of 5. And Miss My Dogs. 1 out of 5. Young Thug might have dropped one of the worst albums I've ever heard in my life. This album feels uninspired. The same flows over and over and over again. The same type of beats. Overall, guys, I can't even give this like a 3 out of 10. This album's going to get like a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know, guys. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And yeah, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.